if you don't know where to begin, better ask when.
Shane, good to see you. We wanted to take some time to make a video for anyone who's recently been laid off. We have an action plan for you. As of April, about 60,000 people have been laid off or fired, including thousands more at health agencies. With markets rattled and a potential recession on the way, a lot of people are also just worried about their jobs right now. So being laid off is terrible. Having a plan can help, but this is a good time to remind everyone to shore up your emergency fund. So Shane, how much cash should we have on hand?
I always recommend 6 months expenses. Now, some people may say that's a little excessive, but I think it's a good place to start. If you have 6 months of your expenses in cash in the bank, that's a pretty good buffer to make sure you got some time to figure out what's going on with employment, get a new job without cash flow issues creeping up on you.
All right, so now let's walk through those action steps. The first one is pretty straightforward: file for unemployment.
Well, as a taxpayer in the United States, you've contributed to these funds over the years, and you might as well go ahead and take advantage of them if you are now unemployed. So go ahead, get those benefits rolling in the door. Those can help to lessen the amount you have to dip into your emergency fund and help extend that potentially past 6 months.
And the next tip is something that really should happen all the time: update your resume.
Well, we never know what's going to happen in the world
Yeah.
out there. So if you keep your resume up to date, or you need to do it now, go ahead and start that process. Get that thing updated, and so you can start searching for the next position you're going to take.
Next, ask about severance, your final paycheck, and any unpaid PTO.
Well, like you just said a little while ago, HR is probably not your friend in this situation. And if you don't
Right.
ask, they're probably not going to tell you how much PTO or unpaid severance or whatever it is that they may offer you. But you make sure to check for that. Get it if you can, because again, they're not going to remind you.
Right. Now, I definitely noticed some discrepancies, so I was very glad I was keeping my own notes. Next, your tip is review your 401k. What do we need to know?
Well, when you leave a company, you are no longer in service with that company, which means you can now do an in-service rollover, even if you're pre-59 and a half. So that means you can take the money out of that 401k and roll it into an IRA somewhere. And that is a good idea because it opens you up to the entire world of investment options. A lot of times 401ks are fairly restrictive as to what they offer. So again, if you leave the company, you can leave the 401k plan. It's not a taxable event if it's a rollover, and get access to a lot better investment performance and some other things that you might not have access to if you just stayed in that 401k plan, definitely.
And then last, you suggest that people tap their support system. This is such a difficult and emotionally charged time. And one person you should reach out to should be a financial advisor. Why is that?
Well, people need people around them to be supported and be happy, right? And if you have financial issues, it may be a good idea to talk to a professional about what to do in this situation. Again, start with simple things like, do you have an emergency fund? How long is that going to last you? And then move on to other topics like what to do with these old 401ks. Where should I put it? How should I invest it? And really make sure that your money situation is okay. That makes the job search a lot better. You can really start to focus in on just that at that point and not worry about all these other miscellaneous things. Sometimes asking for help, paying professionals to take some things off your plate is actually a good thing. And I think that's true.
Having an advocate in your corner. Well said. Well, Shane, if somebody is going through this or any other significant transition and wants to talk through how they can be financially prepared for that, what's the best way to reach you?
Well, the best way to reach us is to call our office here on the phone. Our phone number is 602-456-1928, or go online, our website, Winston and Companies. You can request or schedule a visit directly online there, and we'd be happy to visit with you.
Great. Shane, thank you.
Thanks, Erin.
Got a plan for your retirement, 'cause you know it's just down the road. But if you don't know where to begin, better ask when.